Hi, Steve Cooper, Rank Success, and another short video in the series of videos I'm doing for aspiring police officers looking to get promoted to Sergeant, Inspector, Chief Inspector in UK Police Forces. And this little video I've called Dance With Me. And the reason I've called it Dance With Me is because there's been a number of little things that crop up in coaching where people say things which I think are good themes for videos. So I think one of the ones I did previously was pulling the rabbit out of the hat, you know, which rabbit. There've been a number of others that kind of crop up, and they generally stem from something that's been said in a coaching conversation. This one was very much around someone who's into dancing, so I've called this one Dance With Me as a theme. And in the top of my head at the moment, I've got the Vienna Waltz by Johann Strauss playing in my mind, because that's what I always think about when I think about dancing, which is these glorious made up kind of I don't know, 18th century people dancing across these Viennese floors in castles with all people looking on about. You get the idea anyway. The point being is I'm not a dancer, but often what I will do as a coach is go with what people's analogies are and how people want to talk about or make links to. So this one's called Dance With Me, and there's lots and lots of different ways, as I say, of preparing effectively or approaching your promotion opportunity. And so for some people, you know, they wing it. I'm just going to wing it, Steve. I've got everything that I've always got. By adopting that attitude, I'll prepare at the last minute. I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants. And some people do. I mean, you know, some people are very gifted that way, or they are chancers, if you like, and they can succeed. I wouldn't recommend it as a strategy for promotion preparation. Others are crammers. They cram it all in 3 weeks. I'm just going to write everything, clear the desks, and do it in 3 weeks. Great. And others, that may well work for a promotion. You know, having a crammer for promotions, because there's either a right or a wrong answer. It's a little bit more subtle than that around preparing for a promotion interview or assessment process. And then some people, as this individual did, described it as a dance. Well, look, it's a bit of a dance to me. And I say, well, tell me what you mean. Well, I don't even know where to start. So I love this, because it's a real good kind of journey of discovery for me about how people make these analogies and associate promotion preparation with things. So, well, it's all, I don't even know where to start. I say, well, where do you think you should start? Where is a good place to start? And if you're listening to this now, a good place to start, because I'm conscious your time's valuable, a good place to start is to listen to any of my free videos on the YouTube series. Just subscribe, you'll get notified when I do a new one, like Food for Thought to Camera like this. I do free podcasts, there are free blogs on my site. I also blog on Police Hour. There is a bespoke digital toolkit you can download to be a sergeant, which covers everything you need to know to do the basic prep, effective basic prep. And same for Inspector, Chief Inspector, and there's a 4-hour promotion masterclass that I've recorded, which you can download and play again and again as you need to, and rewind to the bits that you need to kind of focus on. So this analogy of a dance, between you, the process, I think is what this is about. And so going with that theme a little bit, and I quite like it. It's quite a good one, really, in terms of you moving, dancing across the dance floor to meet with, your date with opportunity on the other side of the dance floor. So how are you going to get across there? And I can't help but laugh, but in my mind's eye right now, I've got that scene from the In-Betweeners. They dance across that disco dance floor stupidly to some members of the opposite sex. So that's why I'm smiling. But you moving across the dance floor seriously towards your promotion opportunity is worthy of just slowing time down and thinking about that. If it's a dance, who's leading that dance? Who's actually the lead in that dance? Is it your force? Is it the College of Policing? Is it the process itself? Is it time pressures, your diary, other commitments and priorities? Are you dancing around and in between all of those in order to get to opportunity? So some issues there, really, to focus in and bring it in on you. You're the person that's involved in this dance, if you like. And just like a dance partnership, you're going to need to kind of think about coordinating some moves in terms of getting to your end goal, which is success on a board. Making some decisions, so as to when you're going to start, when you are going to take action, and that's a lot what coaching's about. I can lay out all the free guides, all the free videos, one-to-one support with people, and I often have lots of conversations with people on the telephone and Skype and Zoom and Teams, and I have lots of those, but at the end of it all, we can talk about a lot of things, a lot of helpful, useful things, but the only thing that gets people promoted is action, taking action. So, you know, this dance involves you taking action and making decisions, thinking about the steps you're taking. So working back from the opportunity, if you know when your promotion board is, you know, and then working forward towards it. What are the steps involved? What's the actions needed? You know, to dance well, you have to put the time in to practice well. Unsurprisingly, with promotion, you need to put a bit of time in to do some reading, some preparation, some practicing, some rehearsing for presentations or briefings that you might have to do. You have to put some time in if you've got assessment tests, so psychometric tests, because we don't walk around like that, do we? None of us walk around mentally sharp around those psychometric tests, so inductive reasoning tests, situational judgment tests, Watson Glaser test for critical thinking. I don't know anybody that walks around in a state that's prepared to do that at the drop of a hat. You have to achieve that state of readiness, and sometimes that can take, you know, a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on what you're preparing for. So when you put that practice in, just like with dancing, you know, you pick up those insights into yourself, how you're doing, how you're feeling, how you're kind of moving, how you are in terms of your awareness. So, you know, you're not just also thinking about yourself here, you're thinking about, certainly as a sergeant, you're thinking about, well, how am I serving a team of people? You know, just as, you know, a dancer is dancing to an audience, but they may well be dancing for themselves, they may well be dancing just in tune with the music. The point being is, if you use this analogy of a dance, there are things like, I don't know, I'm thinking back to relatives who have had dance lessons now, things like what they call a step called a kick ball change, where you change feet to move in another direction or change your balance, kick ball change. You'll have to do a few of those as well as you pick up new ideas, new insights into the process, into yourself. You do a kick ball change your balance, and go and have a little look at that area, kick ball change, and come back. So again, this analogy of dancing, even though I sit here uncomfortably trying to make those analogies and links, what we're essentially talking about is you getting good. Well, so what? Anybody can get good. Some people will be getting better than you, but boards will promote generally the best people. So it's about you understanding how you're moving through those steps to get from good to better to best. You know, you may even have a lunge to finish at the end of it all when you're ready and you're prepared. So although this has been a kind of light-hearted kind of analogy to dancing, I actually quite like the way it cropped up in a session with somebody. They understood the language as I did the analogy, and together you know, we're able to get that individual to the point where they're better prepared for the test. And so just to come back to what you can do now in terms of whatever steps you want, whatever analogy, if you want to wing it, if you want to chance it, if you want to dance all your way there, great. The point being is, it's always about you preparing to the best of your ability, and time is sometimes a friend. If you get told, you know, your process is in 2 or 3 months or at the end of the summer or something, that's great. Time can be your friend, but time can also be your enemy. And so trying to work out a plan, a meaningful, effective plan to work forward is generally quite helpful. And whether you kind of cha-cha-cha there, waltz there, foxtrot or two-step there, it doesn't really matter. So long as you get there to the point where you are in a state of heightened awareness, you know more about yourself than ever before, you know more about the job, you know more about your force and its aims and objectives, you know more about the role than you've ever known before. And through doing all that, you've elevated your confidence to the point where you're able to sit in front of a promotion board and have what should essentially be a conversation, one that you've prepared significantly for, and one which the board are expecting to have with you as a professional. So thinking about that, and thinking about getting to that stage, however you choose to think about it, is something that the guides can help you with. My 4-hour masterclass, downloadable masterclass, can help you with. And in the interim, you've got podcasts, blogs. There's no excuses really. However you choose to get there, whether you choose to run there, dance there, or jump there, you can get there, any one of you. And I'll be back with another, it may be an analogy, I don't know, it depends what happens with some of the sessions I'll have between now and then, but I'll definitely be back with another video for you and some food for thought. So until then, take care and stay safe.